Welcome to the bold analysis, ladies and gentlemen. A move to eject Edwin Sifuna from ODM party is a wrong move. And I have seen media corridors reporting that a clique of leaders within ODM party are plotting to do Maguire-like coup so that they can eject Sifuna, because allegedly they are saying that Sifuna is working not in the interest of ODM party, but is working in the interest of Rigathi Gachagua. Very tired objectives of people who cannot take nothing but the truth. In this podcast, I'm going to demonstrate to you how William Samoei Arap Ruto and the Kenya Kwanza team are planning to dismantle the ODM party. And if Raila is not going to give his standpoint, by the end of 2025, that party will just be a shell of some few crooks from a section of Nyanza. Kindly subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell and like our videos. Someone always asked me, Kevin, where is this click notification bell? So if you look at that screenshot, that photo you're seeing, kuna hapo chini, we have circled, that is subscription. Then the top, is it top left? Yes, top right corner, there is some other circle that I've done there. So if you are watching in a desktop, you will be able to see the two. That is, the one is subscribe and the other one you click notification. When you click notification, when we publish a video, you'll be getting notifications. So you'll be notified in your phone, so you'll not miss any of our video. After the African Union Commission launch in Addis Ababa, Right Honorable Raila Odinga appeared very strong and relaxed. And of course he said, and when he was asked what is his next course of action, he said that he has several other things he can do, and he's not so regretting about what happened there. Then after that, there was an evening dinner that was convened for all the leaders who were in Addis Ababa, the President William Ruto and Raila Odinga team. After that, there were multiple reports that Raila Odinga was flown to India for some medication. But that then emerged as a propaganda, because today, Raila Odinga was spotted in Dubai. And I want you to look at these photos. In these photos, you can see he's a bit relaxed, of course in casual wear, just walking in one of the malls. But my interest is on the faces there. You can see Junet-Joho on his side. I strongly believe, going by their pronouncements lately, Junet has emerged as the new Ruto's handman, the new Ruto's broker in ODM party. Sometimes when you see them talking about Raila, you wonder whether really it's true these are the fellows. Sometimes you agree. You know, there is something I heard Babu saying, that those who are quick to drag Baba to William Ruto are people who did not believe in his presidency. So sometimes when people say that probably the Junets and the Johos ate Sterling Center money, you know, some agents' money in Mount Kenya, you sometimes are tempted to believe that. On the other side is Joho is a Ruto CS. So he cannot be there. You cannot tell me that he's just there for some leisure without representing his boss. Remember, sometimes ukishaingia kwa asali, you don't want to get out. Joho and Junet are in the middle of the honey. They are really enjoying the honey, and they want to continue enjoying it. Shamal is an investor. There is an investment, there is a real estate investment in Kisumu, the molasses farm, the farm that belongs to Raila Odinga's father, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, was with Raila in Dubai. Simbarati is Kisii governor. Simbarati is a leader within the ODM Central Management committee. So when Sifuna was defended in Kakamega Golf Club, the last meeting before Raila went to AU, there was a central management committee that was convened by the interim party leader, Anyang' Nyong'o, the deputy party leader, Osotsi, and then there was Arati and Mama Gladys Wanga. They defended Sifuna, and so Arati defends Sifuna, and he belongs to Sifuna Orengo Nyong'o camp, a camp that also believes they're the ones that are speaking the voice of Raila Odinga. So it's true Raila is taking a backseat, but all this was orchestrated. I can think that after AUC lost in Addis Ababa, Raila was given some few fortunes, some few coins, not coins, some serious millions, to go and relax himself and enjoy himself instead of coming back to the country. Just go and relax. But all that was done strategically, because immediately Ruto came back in the country, I realized some schemes. Three strategies that were employed. Number one, ODM MPs, some strategically are picked, given some handouts to attend president's event and pledge how ODM is going to support William Ruto. Yesterday we realized this. When Alado and Antonio Luoch, these are MPs from Nairobi. These are areas that William Ruto is struggling with, especially this Nairobi. From Mathare and Makadara, they were saying the way 2027, and it's too early, but they are saying the way 2027 they're going to support Ruto.
Asante. Asante Mheshimiwa Luoch, kwa niaba Nairobi. Mheshimiwa Rais, karibu. Leo sio siku yetu, leo ni siku ya kaunti zingine. Sisi tunawakaribisha, mjisikie mko huru. Ningesema tu vile Mheshimiwa Ndai waziri amesema ya kwamba sisi hatuongea mambo ya mwaka huu na mwaka ujao. Rais 2027 tuliona wengine wakicheka wakisherekea, but mimi naweka hapa clear kama mwenyekiti wa ODM Nairobi, 2027 tuko nyuma yako. Hakuna cha stories, tuko nyuma yako 100%. Wewe panga mambo hii kidogo kidogo ya hapa na pale, ya 2027 kura itafuatana kuruka. Sisi tuko nyuma yako. Umetembea na baba, tumeona Jumamosi, last week tumeona, na hiyo ni heshima kwa ndugu yako mkubwa. Na unapotembea ndugu yako mkubwa na mwingine anacheka, wewe cheka, na 2027 tutachekana na wewe. Kwa hivyo Rais, ukiwa Nairobi uko kwako, tembea. Sisi ni wanasiasa. Kawai ni ndio chairman wangu, mimi niko committee ya energy na is our able chairman. So sikia, uko huru. Wandai, wewe ndio ulitupatia waziri Wandai, na ni ODM. Anafanya kazi ya loyal. Tusukume hiyo gurudumu. Na nawakumbusha wale ODM wanaongea huko kando kando, waongee tu, lakini sisi ODM original, Rais ni William Samoei Ruto. Mungu awabariki.
Thank you very much, Mheshimiwa George Aladwa. Allow me, Your Excellency, to invite Governor Nadhif Jama to come and make...
You know, some years back at independence, a decision was made that let us develop some part of Kenya tutarudi kwa zingine. I think it was sessional paper number 10. If that thing was reversed and Nairobi was told ngoja, we would be in the capital city somewhere in northeastern Kenya. Now, so many years after, it is only possible that we touch northeastern through a principle in the Constitution called affirmative action. I am very happy that this principle is something that His Excellency has embraced. If there is one reason why I am associated with the President, mimi mambo ya 2027 watatupanga na baba wakisema tutafuata. Watatupanga na wale watu wanasema AU sijui nini, wakitupanga na baba 2027 hiyo tutafuata. At the moment, on the question of affirmative action, I have found that the number one ambassador whom if you speak to on this question will listen is the President. Ukiwacha hii mambo ya kawi, His Excellency the President applied affirmative action on infrastructure ya shule za Nairobi and gave us 58 million Kenya shillings per constituency. For this reason, Nairobi and my constituency Mathare should support the president on this agenda. I know Aladwa wants me to stop, but allow me to add this one question, Your Excellency. There are places in Nairobi that have been under darkness for the last 7 years. And I have engaged the president on this issue, and just this morning, he has directed the RAREC team and the PS to come up with a model that will ensure that this constituency and one of us, that is Kosovo in Mathare and Mukuru and the others, can have a model where they can be connected to last mile. That can only happen under the question and the principle of affirmative action.
So that is the first strategy. The second strategy, in Senate, Kenya Kwanza rushed to hand over ODM, to hand over pro-Rigathi senators. House committees, the committees that were being chaired by pro-Rigathi senators, have been handed over to ODM. And Senator Medu even raised that question today.
In support of his administration, we had the chairmanship of the Committee on Land, which was given to myself, Senator for Nyandarua. It has been given to now the Senator for Mombasa from ODM. We had the chairmanship of the Committee on Transport that was given to the Senator of Kiambu, Senator Karongo Wadhangwa. It has now been taken to Migori, Senator Eddie Okech, ODM. We had the chairmanship of the Committee on Education that was initially held by Senator Junet-Joho from Murang'a. It has been given to Senator Betty Montet, ODM. We had the chairmanship of the Committee on Energy that was initially held by the people of Nyeri. It has been given to the Senator for Siaya, Senator Odour Odinga. We had the chairmanship of the Committee on Trade that was initially held by the Senator Sekio Rekanar. It has now been given to Senator Issa Jumaboy from ODM. Why is it that you hate your own people? We are the people that elected you. How is it that you are replacing your own people with people who never voted for you? Even if you don't agree with us, myself, John Medu, we have many other sycophants from our region who support you. Why can't you give that seat to your own people?
So one question you need to ask yourself, why now? Why not, there are other leaders, yes, you can change. You must not give them to ODM. You can still give to other people. But that was also done strategically to cause some acrimony. Sorry. And you saw there's a public spat between Medu and Opondo Kaluma. I want you to look at the screenshot. I think I have the screenshot here. Opondo Kaluma did some tweet and said, "Let us arrest Medu and shave him. I will shave you clean and return that look of a young gentleman you spotted when you fully supported President Ruto the next time we meet." That is what Opondo Kaluma tweeted. Then Medu responded and said, "You've always had that dirty teeth na tumekunyamazia." I'm telling you, mambo imechemka hapo. So there was that public spat between the two. Now, and that is now building that acrimony. In Parliament, ODM party there was a meeting on Monday. And that Monday meeting was for them to be handed over some seats. And they then were in Parliament after the Monday meeting. They were in Parliament on Tuesday afternoon, asking the country to vote for President Ruto because, and I think we must get ashamed of Lilian Gogo. You know, Lilian Gogo told this country and told Raila supporters that you need to vote for Ruto because Ruto gave Raila lift. That statement is still embarrassing even to people who support Raila anyway. Some other people say Jalu Oksech, yeah? So she really, you know, she demeaned Raila's supporters in that end. Now, as that was going on, Sifuna is the only person that is standing his ground, and Sifuna is saying two things.
Somebody goes to the ballot to re-elect a president is the things they have done for them at an individual level. How has he managed the affairs of the country? How has he managed the economy? Are Kenyans happier? Are Kenyans in a better place than when he took over? How is the state of health? How is the state of education? How is the state of our economy, Trevor? If you are telling me that you're going to re-elect Ruto because he gave Baba a lift from the hotel to the venue of the AUC election, there's something very wrong with you. There's people who are telling us that they will vote for Raila, for Ruto, to spite those two mamambogas who are singing that they were happy in Karatina. Two mamambogas at a market in Karatina who are singing and saying they're happy that Baba lost. Now people tell us we vote for Ruto to punish those people. What sort of sense is that? That is not common sense. It is absolute absurdity. I want to tell William Ruto that the only reason he will be re-elected, because everybody knows that even him pretending to front Raila, because Raila himself has told us that he did not ask Ruto to support him. And when he announced that he was going to run for this thing, it was of his own volition. He said it himself. If there is somebody lying to Ruto, because everybody knows this was supposed to be a ruse to try and come and blackmail, because he knows people love Baba. He knows people love Baba. So he comes and tells us, oh, I supported him, I helped him, I did this for him, and this and that, so that he blackmails Raila supporters emotionally, because we like when people do good things for Baba, and when they honor him. But what has he done for us as a people? The people who are going to vote in this particular election will be asking those questions. Let me finish by saying that Ekuru has made a prediction here that there will be a referendum. Ekuru doesn't know how Ruto fears the people. Ruto cannot dare to put a referendum question to the people of Kenya right now. And in fact, I said yesterday, it is an insult to Raila Odinga to tell him that you can bring a constitutional amendment to put a seat for Raila Odinga. Raila Odinga fought for this constitution not because it was going to create a seat for him. He wanted us to live in dignity. He wanted us to live in a country where we are free. So you cannot tell us that you will bring a referendum. To do what? To support a constitutional change to give Raila a seat. As I've said, Raila is not idle. He has things to do. He is a father, he is a husband, he is a grandfather, he is a party leader, he is a leader of the opposition. So he has things to do, Trevor. He's not idle. And I've said it here myself previously, that when Raila wants something, he will use his own mouth to tell us. There are messages that are too important to send agenda. I am telling you, if Raila wants to support Ruto in 2027, he will not send agenda. For heaven's sake, that is a message too important to be left to agenda, or in fact any other person. He will tell us himself. And I am telling you, I will respect his decision. If he says he's going to support Ruto, I will respect that decision. But I am telling you, and I have said it, I will tell him, I have told him, that because as SG of ODM, I have a global view of the country. I get calls from Tana River. This guy does not know. If you ask him to tell me the chairperson of ODM in Tana River, Oscar Kaseme speaks to me and he tells me in Tana River, people are saying, even if you support Ruto, you will fail. I get calls from Kericho, from Turkana. You know, that is the reason why I am convicted, because these are not things I just come up with in my head. I have a global view of the country. I have networks across the country. Okay. People tell me, I call my chairperson in Nyandarua and I ask him, were those two people who are singing in Karatina, do they reflect the view of the people in Nyandarua? And he says no. Okay. So Tom Ojienda oscillates between Muoroni and Kondele. I have a global view of the country. He
have said Raila should be allowed to speak for himself. And number two, the party is not out for grabs by President Ruto, since even in forming alliance, the party should form alliance with like-minded parties who are pro-people, so that they're not going to be blackmailed into a political alliance for people who are serving their own interests. Question. I've seen Sifuna has been branded as a mole, that Sifuna is working for Rigathi Gachagua to try to voice his concern. Do you think the move to kick out Sifuna, I still believe Raila Odinga can still have that alliance with Ruto as they want. But it should not, someone should not feel threatened of Sifuna. And if you see the Sifuna impeachment being there, I will take some time and analyze about this, being ejected from the party, then it will be not about Ruto alliance, but it will be something more than that. I will look at that in another video. But I want to politically explain the current mess going on, the scheme that Ruto did, why Raila Odinga must come out and be very wary. I did warn Mama Ida that Mzee's age is advancing. The vultures are coalescing around him for their own interest because they know that Mzee now ashafika mahali ambapo, yes, he has his judgment, but he's easily convinced. I need to tell you that. Ruto, and I'm so specific on that, Ruto has infiltrated ODM party with the money and the tenders and positions. 3 things. ODM party has been money has been poured, tenders have been dangled on people's desks, positions have been, availed. Remember, as we talk, the new list of principal secretaries is supposed to be unleashed anytime. This is what is making some people go mad. And the objective is 2. The objective of all these are 2. Number 1, you either end up with a dead ODM in 2027 or a divided house that cannot be strong to endorse anyone. And why am I saying this? With what Rigathi is saying, with what Rigathi is doing in Mount Kenya, you cannot underestimate what Rigathi is doing in Mount Kenya. Ruto has lost, in my estimation, not all, but he seemed to have lost around 70% of the Gema vote. The plan is to supplement the loss by Raila's access to provide that. Now, if he realizes that Raila is not going to play to his ball, then most probably what's going to happen is he must divide ODM. My other second observation I'm seeing here is this. The Junet are being used to absolve Ruto of the blame. And I need to say this. When you ask Junet why Raila lost, they will tell you that Raila never lost. Raila went up to round 6, then dropped out of the race, out of his, love for, out of his Pan-Africanism and I don't know, something on democracy, so that the continent, because if he would have gone to the wire, the AUC body, African Union Commission body, would have not gotten a chairman. So he decided to drop out. But you and I, those who have been following this, know very well, it is some policy, it is a standing order within the UN Charter, Elections Charter. Candidate, if there are 3 or there are 4, the last one is dropped. If there are 3, the last one is dropped. If they vote round 1, they don't get someone at 33. They vote round 2, hawajapata, number 2 is dropped. It's supposed to go that way until if it reaches the point where there are 2, they need to get number 1, number 2 is dropped. Raila was dropped out of the race following the regulations. But because they want Raila to feel like Raila never lost, the only person who is talking about why Raila lost is Sifuna, who is saying Ruto was not a good campaigner. You campaigned for Raila, you are supporting Raila for AUC, while you are supporting M23 rebels in DR Congo, while you are, Besigye being arrested from our capital. And these are the things that come. Now, I want to tell you that President Ruto doesn't want you to talk about those things. What he wants you to say is to praise him for giving Raila a lift in Addis Ababa. For any reason, because he knows he doesn't want the narrative of a failed foreign policy. He doesn't want that narrative to emerge. Now, what else am I saying? The scheme to perpetuate anti-Kikuyu acrimony is a plan to consolidate the 2027 vote around tribal groupings. I'm wondering whether this is what we subscribed for in 2022. In 2022, at least, yes, we had those tribal, but at least we floated some ideology, some non-existing ideology. Now, because people will start asking for SHA, people will start asking for the roads, people will start asking for that. Now you want the people to only think about vote so that we punish these two, we punish these three, we punish that. That kind of reasoning to me doesn't make sense. And the country is bigger than that. The country is bigger than that. Now, between now and 2027, this transaction team are going to amplify non-existing benefits of the broad-based administration just for government, for Raila to embrace it and embracing it. And one thing I have realized is this. Let me tell you. Kalumas and Junets have realized that Raila's persuasion even in Nyanza is going down. So they want to get to re-energize and go and present Ruto as God. I'm waiting. The day an MP seeking an elective seat in Nyanza will have his photo there and UDA candidate William Ruto and Kindiki there. I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for such a poster. If Raila is not careful, clearly the mighty ODM is coming down. Thank you.